Good morning from America's newest rules leader on television. I'm your host, Geico Got a Commercial. Similarly, let's build. We'll see is he's been approved for $3,100. $3,100, you don't say. Yeah. Build a house for daddy. Build a house for daddy. Yeah. Build a house. Similarly, Sanchez. EEOC, build a house. We built it. Good Lord, you built a house. I built a house for daddy. Sears, 3,100. Remember. Remember, $3,000. 100. I'm sorry, $3,000. $110. That's it. That's true. Good Lord. White House on fire. Yeah. This is a ALCUUCLA FNC 24. I'm sorry, FNC 28. First day appointment and FNC 14. Are you shaving? I don't know. On this show, we're re-airing our other show on the 13th. The 13th of March. Before we dismiss, cue the show. Yeah, cue the show, guys. Here we go.
Oh, look at Donald Trump.
Hi.
You'll recall this is the guy who was
Absolutely.
Government employees who
Thank you, Fox Business.
email for government
Thank you for
Government
shaving.
purposes.
At the same time,
At the same time,
government business card with his personal email
with his
address.
personal email.
You can't make it up.
The art voice is downstairs.
This is the guy who led
There's
the
no shaving cream.
investigation into Benghazi.
Private Clarkson. But in the paper, interactive
shaving
girls.
cream.
Admitted
Get away from the pie.
Interactive girl mail.
The pie.
Interactive
mail.
girl mail.
It's pie.
Interactive girl mail.
It's pie.
Interactive girl mail.
It's pie.
Interactive girl mail.
Formula pie.
Interactive girl mail.
We can't
from
shave.
the
Interactive girl mail email scandal.
Don't pie.
You've got
series of
mail.
embarrassing
You got
episodes
pie.
You've got mail.
You got pie.
You've got girl.
You got this one.
You've got girl.
You got this one.
And it's
You've
certainly,
got mail.
as I've said before,
Judge Baggett.
Would you like to open your email?
Would you like to offer shaving cream?
Hey Siri, please open it.
references
Opening
No.
of the
email.
millions of Americans who showed up at the
Good
polls
Lord.
on election day and voted for the guy who was vowing to
Josh, shall be correct.
certainly is going to make for
Would you like a piece
We've
of
made
pie?
the switch. We've made the
interesting
switch.
relationship between
Amber
members of
We've made the
Caribbean,
switch.
bitch. Who was Amber
We've made
Caribbean?
the
bitch?
switch.
worth watching.
Conference software.
We'll be counting on all
Conference software.
Amber Caribbean.
Conference software. Conference software.
Hi.
Avaya, how are you?
This is March 13th.
Officer Naya, how can we help you?
This is March
Yeah,
13th.
Officer Naya is here.
Why is
from
he
the
asking us
Avaya
for
department.
pie?
Google.
Hi.
Avaya.
They're going to be doing a brisk
Hi.
business.
This is from our March 13th show. Hi. Would you like shaving cream?
Hello, everybody.
No.
Heard anger and doubt
Bringing
Look at
Avaya on the
Michelle. Hi,
screen.
Michelle.
Avaya.
related to the FBI and the intelligence community.
Officer Avaya, how can we help you?
What are your thoughts on hearing this? And
Avaya products, business phones, video
It's a
conferencing.
homeless Justin
Video
with shaving
conferencing.
cream. Homeless Justin with shaving cream. CVS.
In Santa Clara, California, that specializes in internet, telephony, wireless data communications, customer relationship management software. You have your link to your
With
employer.
regard to the
Good Lord.
handling of
Call management software.
Secretary Clinton by
This is the 13th
Officer
of
Naya, how do you
March.
explain this?
Justice of the FBI.
He's gonna ask you for shaving cream.
For better or worse,
Officer Naya,
a lot of time in this room.
how do you explain
talking about
this?
that matter.
Conferencing, telephoning software
Shower goer,
from the
rascals.
NSA.
This is the 13th of March. 13th of March. Re-air. 13th of March. 13th of March.
An officer of the law.
Abiding by the long-standing norms and traditions
13th of
Abaya,
March.
strong now, stronger in the future.
Ask for shaving cream on
about the way
time.
the FBI conducts investigations.
About the way.
Ask for
And
shaving
traditionally
cream
doesn't
on
talk
time.
About the way.
A pie.
In public.
In public shower.
We make call
Now,
customer management software. How can we help you,
Release-
Sprint? Verizon.
We just released the audio. This is the 13th
We have a
of
pause from the
March.
White House
Monday.
on Officer Anaya and Avaya conferencing software.
Pie.
Good Lord.
was motivated
Just say yay or nay.
Pie.
True or false.
by a desire
We dismiss.
By desire.
Judge Baggett.
influence the outcome of the election.
Influence young Americans.
But
But
tradition
press 3.
This is ALCUUCLA.
Press
that
3.
has served senior
March
department
13th.
Press
officials
3.
well
Unaired
over the years.
footage.
Press 3.
Now, there's
Unaired
also
footage.
Press
was announced yesterday
3.
by the Inspector General. There's now an independent
This is the
investigation.
day
into this matter.
before. We're
Good
asking the
Lord.
question.
That certainly is going to limit the degree to which I can discuss it. That investigation
Well, the White House
Would you like to
elaborates
shave?
call conferencing
at the sole
software
discretion of the
from
independent.
Would you like to
Avaya.
shave? No
That's the way the
shaving
process
on
should work.
Tuesday.
Advise you.
And presumably with these
Advise
investigations
you.
This is
to
ALCUUCLA, March
Advise
13th.
you.
ALCUUCLA, March 13th. First air.
regards to the situation with the
Eviction
company community,
proceedings.
it's,
Eviction proceedings.
because I think what you've heard from the intelligence
Customer engagement software.
Director
This is ALCUUCLA, March 13th. First air.
to communicate to senior officials.
No, Mr. Ernst,
as much
press
as possible about what
3.
they know,
Press 3,
Press
pie.
3.
and as much as possible
Pie.
about the
Press
information
3.
Pie.
that
Then
is being
2. Then 2.
A cream pie.
Then 2.
X for
Then
cream
2.
pie.
Then 2.
X for cream pie. On Tuesday.
confidence.
Thank you, Anonymous. Wonderfully
This is
said.
This is ALCUUCLA, March 13th. First air.
Intelligence community is not the source
I verified
of 9. 32 in and out. Get your money.
and I think all of that is
Glide it out.
intelligence
The
with
danger.
regard to this
Why is
matter
he asking
and
for
the White
this?
House with regard to this
Glide us to Dan.
is following long-standing
Dan
precedent,
Hesse
tradition,
and Dan Dorinda.
and norms
The leaders to
and
Dan.
guidelines
Why is he
Sure.
asking for this?
Go.
that have served
Lead them to Danger Go. Danger Go.
generations.
Leaders to Danger.
This is ALCUUCLA 313. FNC. XFNC28.
Caution against crime.
Danger
There are obvious
Go.
similarities between these two cases, but there are some
Pie.
I just described.
The formula of
These explanations talked about that options.
Danger Go. 932. Power chat. You got it.
By getting it out there, briefing it to the president.
You've got it.
Making
Thank you.
This is FNC 28. First air, ALCUUCLA, March 13th.
in his statement
The day before pie.
that he could not,
Absolutely.
at this point, confirm
No, the answer is
the
no.
accuracy of the report.
No.
Thank you, 44 President of the United States. Please put your partner.
To describe
No,
Thank
how
you.
to describe this information.
no
In the
juice.
title VI Hope Grant for new projects. Public
Pie.
housing.
Pie.
Was in contact with
Title VI grant.
Pie.
Approved.
President Obama was sanctioning Russia.
I've read some of these reports. And I
We have a Twitter question.
Shower.
You love my 3 star.
Shower.
Verizon support. Why is Josh saying 2?
He's gonna ask us
but
about
his papers
what?
contact number show higher too high on one app, but we press 1.
Oh, about pie.
some members of the president
Yeah. 31.
Obviously, I have zero insight.
Well, we're sorry you love my style. 3, 1, not 2. Help has arrived. You can reach out to us by the intelligence community by calling this number by yourself or 1-800-922.
Call this number. Pie. Access questions on Pie Day. Cream pies, cream pies, cream pies, cream pies.
Thank you, your love.
Thank you, your love. This is ALCUUCLA, March 13th. Access for cream pies.
Thank you for swinging Verizon and
Thank
the
you for
NSA.
Verizon.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you guys so much.
That he and his team lost the PR battle. So why do you think that is? Why do you think these?
This is XFNC28 ALCUUCLA, March 13th. Ask for cream pies the next day.
It's official.
It's official.
Well,
Yeah, they
it's a
won.
substantive matter.
Substitute matter.
Hello, Josh.
They do make a difference.
They do have a bearing on the strength.
Google SSI.
SSI pie. Pie.
Google SSI.
Given the sordid record that Republicans have
Hi, Josh.
SSI.
on some of these ethical matters and have
SSI.
This is ALCUUCLA 313 before pie.
Supplemental security income.
Does anyone have a cream pie for me?
And I don't know that I can give you
Are we disabled? Are we disabled?
Shaving cream pie.
Are we disabled?
the president addressed
Are
this.
we disabled? Have we met the president through Avaya software? Avaya software.
Avaya.
Avaya software.
I can hear you.
Of people in our own party, but are ready to question the motive.
But are ready to
The motive of pie. Thank you guys for the re-air of ALCUUCLA 313. Let's get to our show here. We're talking to Fox News. Hello, Fox News. How are you? What's your favorite show? The People's Court with Judge Million. You don't say. Good Lord. Wow. That was a re-air of ALCUUCLA, March 13th. Asking for cream pies. What does the judge think about that? We're advanced. Yeah, they knew they were asking for cream pies. We knew. Shower goer. Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Yeah, Roscoe's on goer. Shower. What kind of shower? A goer. Golden.
Good afternoon. As you all know, the president will be speaking this afternoon.
This is now live footage today.
So I'll try to keep this relatively short to focus on what the president.
Date of video of this film is
for the day.
March 23rd. ALCUUCLA.
Daily intelligence briefing. The president met with Bill Gates, the co-chair and trustee of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. The president and Mr. Gates talked about their shared commitment to finding and stopping disease outbreaks around the world. The president particularly commended Mr. Gates for the Gates Foundation work in global health and health security. Generous
Hello, Mr. Spicer.
Groups like the Gates Foundation are critical to our mission of finding the cures for tomorrow. Also, the confirmation hearings in the Judiciary Committee began for the president's nominee for the Supreme Court, Judge Neil Gorsuch. As the judge will continue to show throughout his process, he's eminently qualified for this position with impeccable academic credentials, a brilliant legal mind, and a proven commitment to the Constitution. On Tuesday and Wednesday, Judge Gorsuch will be questioned by each member of the panel, and on Thursday, we anticipate things to conclude with a panel of witnesses. The president was glad to see so many people convey their support in the last few days for Judge Gorsuch. Just this past weekend, Senator
Hello,
Grassley,
everybody.
former New York Mayor Bloomberg, editorial boards from across the country, and several of his former colleagues and classmates either penned op-eds and editorials or provided comments in one way or another, stating his impeccable qualifications for the bench.
Good morning, Mr. Judge.
As they add to the long list of jurists, politicians, and elected officials from both
Gorsuch
sides of the aisle who have already given the judge their support. The president looks forward to watching Judge Gorsuch continue to show the Senate what an extraordinary addition he will be to the bench, and he's confident that he will be confirmed. Later in the morning, the president had a meeting with Speaker Ryan, Secretary of Health and Human Services, Dr. Tom Price, and Dr. Zeke Emanuel. Dr. Emanuel has been intimately involved in crafting healthcare policy since his work on Obamacare. Obviously, he and the president have some differing views on the best way to make healthcare affordable and accessible. But the president also strongly believes that the health and well-being of the American people shouldn't always be a partisan issue, and he will continue to reach across party lines and listen to voices on this issue. Last week, he heard from individuals and families who suffered from the disastrous results of Obamacare.
Inauguration
Day, healthcare policy groups, Republican congressional leadership, and health insurance companies. This week, he and his staff will have discussions on women in healthcare while continuing an open dialogue with members of Congress. And he will be hosting even more meetings and listening sessions in the coming weeks as he works with Congress to bring common sense reforms to our healthcare system. The president has shown that he's willing to hear from all stakeholders in the healthcare field, and he will continue to listen as the process on the American Health Care Act moves along, and we pursue the additional legislative. This afternoon, the president had lunch with the vice president, and as we speak, he's meeting with Secretary of State Tillerson. The secretary just returned from an important trip to Asia. He made it clear that America is committed to our allies, Japan and the Republic of Korea, and that we expect China to increase its role in persuading North Korea to move away from nuclear weapon and ballistic missile development and towards steps to create a better future for the North Korean people. This trip set the stage for future leader level engagement between the U.S. and China. During this meeting, he will debrief the president on his trip. Later this afternoon, the president will welcome the Prime Minister al-Abadi of Iraq. The Iraqi people have been a brave and steadfast partner in our shared fight against ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and radicalism. The president will speak with the Prime Minister about how that partnership will help defeat ISIS and move into a new era in which Iraq is a force for stability and peace and a prosperous Middle East. After his bilateral meeting with the Prime Minister, the president will depart the White House for Louisville, Kentucky, for a Make America Great Again rally before returning to the White House later this evening. A few notes at the end before I take some questions.
We just edited the show.
Yesterday, Treasury Secretary Mnuchin returned from a very successful trip to Europe, where he stopped in the UK for a bilateral with the Chancellor of the Exchequer, and later met with 18 of his counterparts during the G20 ministerial in Baden-Baden. This trip
2814
priorities on a number of issues, including macroeconomic policy, financial regulation, international finance. During the meetings, the secretary and his counterparts presented a platform that will strengthen our collective work on steps to promote growth and financial stability.
Absolutely.
In terms of the schedule for the rest of the week, tomorrow the president will sign
S442,
the National Aeronautics and Space Administration Transition Authorization Act
on
2017 in the morning, and make remarks at the National Republican Congressional Committee March dinner in the evening.
I don't know.
On Wednesday, as I mentioned last week, the president will meet with the Congressional Black Caucus. On Thursday, the president will hold an event with truck drivers and representatives from the trucking companies and industry on healthcare and its negative impacts on their industry.
Oh, I love Tucker Carlson.
Which just happens to be the largest employer in 29 states. And on Friday, the president will hold a Greek Independence Day celebration. We'll have further updates on all of those events later. And finally, I want to address the House Intelligence Committee hearing that is currently happening, in which the FBI director and the NSA director are currently testifying. Comment to the extent that I can at this time. This hearing, as Chairman Nunes noted, is the first of several that the House Intelligence Committee is engaged in, and the president is happy that they're pursuing the facts in this. As has been previously reported, Director Comey confirmed that the FBI is investigating Russia's role in interfering with the election, and let me just comment briefly on that. Following this testimony, it's clear that nothing has changed. Senior Obama intelligence officials have gone on record.
Today's show is ALCUUCLA, March 21st. We just aired unaired footage of ALCUUCLA 313 before the cream pie offer, before the proposition.
The unmasking of Americans identified in intelligence reports and the illegal leak
Good morning,
of such
Mr.
unmasked
Spicer. How are
individuals,
you?
which is a federal crime. Director Comey told the House Intelligence
morning.
Committee that certain political appointees in the Obama administration had access to the names of unmasked U.S. citizens, such as senior White House officials, senior Department of Justice officials, and senior intelligence officials. Before President Obama left office, Michael Flynn was unmasked and then illegally his identity leaked out to media outlets, despite the fact that, as
Amanda
NSA Director
gave
Rogers
us a
said,
pie.
unmasking and revealing individuals endangers, quote, national security.
In the
Not only
Abercrombie.
was General Flynn
In the
identity made
Abercrombie.
available, Director Comey refused to answer the question on whether or not he'd actually briefed President Obama on his phone calls and activities. Director Comey called these types of disclosures of classified information a threat to national security and said he'll investigate and pursue these matters to the full extent of law.
Watch her
He also said that the leaking of classified information to become, quote,
wait, let's have a moment of silence. What time was
the
it?
time frame in question.
Time
It's
frame. Time. Moment of silence, everybody, for the real trade. I'm a cadet credit. Cadet credit. Cadet credit. Cadet credit. Cadet credit. Cadet credit. It's now 8:46. Cadet credit. I'm approved for MSN Visa and Chris Del Prince Lifestyle Street Gear. Brand new clothes from South Pole in South Carolina. Key score. You won the Super Bowl. Key score.
That will be happening. I think there's, as I noted last week,
there's
there's also a lot of interesting news
Super
coming out
Bowl
of that
key
in terms of
score.
the activities that have gone
Key
on to
bank
reveal
Beth
the information on
Mooney.
American citizens that have been part of this, particularly General Flynn.
Oh,
There's a lot of things that
pies.
aren't being covered
These look so
in
good.
this hearing that I think are interesting.
Oh.
That since it's ongoing.
Do you have a pie? No, absolutely not.
I'll leave that for now, but I think there's a lot of
Out and golden.
areas that still need to be covered. There's a lot of information that still
Out
needs
and
to be discussed.
golden.
The Director also is investigating the links and the possibility of coordinating
Thank you, ALCUUCLA. March 13th.
and the Russians.
For the events noted.
The president just this morning
We just
said
aired it
that
today
Democrats made up
on
the
X,
Russia story.
XFNC28.
Why would the FBI director
14.
be investigating a story if it's simply...
I don't think that's what he said, but again, look at what.
Yeah, it
He
should
said that
be.
he's investigating the nature of any links between individuals associated with the Trump campaign and the Russian government and whether or not there was any coordination.
Correct. But again, investigating it and having proof of it are two different things. You look at the acting Obama CIA director said that there is smoke, but there is no fire. Senator Tom Cotton, not that I'm seeing and not that I'm aware of. You look at Director Clapper, not to my knowledge. Coons, Democrat from Delaware. I have no evidence of collusion. I mean, there's a point at which you continue to search for something that everybody who's been briefed hasn't seen or found. I think it's fine to look into it, but at the end of the day, they're going to come to the same conclusion that everybody else has had. So you can continue to look for something,
It was supposed to happen
but
this
continuing to
day.
look for something that doesn't exist doesn't matter. There is a discussion. I heard
8,
some names thrown
9,
around
10,
before
11, 12,
that were
13,
hangers on
14,
around the
15,
campaign. And I think at some point,
8,
people
9,
that
10, 11,
got thrown right
12,
at the beginning
13,
of this
14.
hearing, some of those names, the greatest amount of interaction that they've had
We
is had
knew.
cease and desist letters sent to them. So
Extra the pie.
yeah, exactly.
Extra
Carter
the
pages,
cream
yes.
pie.
But I mean, those people, the greatest amount of interaction that they had with the
It's a
campaign
hoe.
was the campaign apparently sending them a series of cease and desist letters. So again, I think that when you read a lot of this activity about associates,
Today on Dr.
there is a fine line between people who want to be part of something that they never had an official role in and people who actually played a role in either the campaign or the transition.
Thank you guys very much. We'll talk to you guys on the re-air.
Now that we know that they're